Welcome back, everyone. I am Robbie.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jack.
And this is our final video in our MCU countdown to Infinity War, which we are seeing tomorrow. So it's the introduction, well, not the introduction, but the first full film of our favourite wall-crawling superhero who can do everything a spider can, Spider-Man Homecoming. Hope you enjoy.
So, to become an Avenger, are there like trials or an interview?
Do me a favor. Can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Just stay close to the ground.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube. Can you summon an army of spiders?
No, Ned, no.
Do you know him too?
Still a shield.
Can I try the suit on? Badass.
Spider-Man Homecoming was directed by John Watts and it stars Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Zendaya, Marissa Tomei, and Robert Downey Jr.
There we go. Oh, it's so good, guys.
Yeah, it's so good.
Of course, the story. I'm so glad they didn't go for like an origin story again.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
Yeah, we really didn't. But it literally goes. It's like a week after Civil War.
It picks up straight after, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. So and it's pretty much Spider-Man. Now he's got his brand spanking new suit. He's in New York and he's literally like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But he wants to do more, and he wants to be in the Avengers basically, and he wants to do missions with them and everything.
He keeps texting, looking for the next mission to come.
And Tony Stark is pretty much like, no, you're not ready.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where the story comes from. Spider-Man takes a bite out of a villain that's too big for him, and it backfires. And then Tony Stark pretty much says, you know, no more responsibility for you. You're not worth it. And then it's like a redemption story from there.
Yeah.
And he redeems himself.
Yeah, and like you're saying, it's not the origin story of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But it's still an origin story of sorts. It's an origin of him coming to terms with who he is as a hero and as a person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. I absolutely loved this movie.
Oh, me
From
too.
Start to finish.
Me too.
Not a single second of this movie I did not enjoy.
Yeah, it is note perfect for me.
What do you
It's
guys
exactly what I wanted.
Oh, I love it. I not as quite as much as you guys, but this is one of the better films in the MCU, I think. And Spider-Man's my favourite Marvel character, and I've read him since I was a kid. So I really like Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man. So yeah, very pleased with the film, and it was cool. And Michael Keaton as the Vulture is just
my god,
amazing.
So before they cast Michael Keaton, when they said they were doing the Vulture, I was like, please cast Michael Keaton. He'd be amazing. Literally like 4 months later, Michael Keaton gets cast as Vulture. Like, that is just incredible.
Yeah. Oh, he does such a good job.
Yeah.
Like, he's creepy. But he's kind of like he plays it off like it's nothing, and then
It's so good.
like the taxi scene. Well, it's not even a taxi; it's his car. But
it's-
like, I don't know why it was Uber. Yeah. Oh man, the scene of them in the car. It reminds me of the scene where Willem Dafoe finds out that Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, let's leave all these things for later on. We'll do the spoilers. What do you think of it?
I did like it. I was a little bit, you know, when the trailer came out, I wasn't looking forward to it as much. I think it was mainly the casting that was sort of holding me back. Like Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. When I heard about that, I was a little bit not really optimistic with that because you know, I loved Sally Field as Aunt May in the
She was good.
series. Can't remember the actress's name in the first.
Rosemary Harris.
Yeah, I loved her as Aunt May, and I always thought Marissa Tomei was just a little bit too young. But no, when I saw it, I did really like her as Aunt May. I think it was a good.
It works well in the
Good casting
universe they've
choice.
created.
Yeah, because I think Tom Holland is young as well. Or younger.
Yeah.
So that's where it
And
works.
that's one thing I like. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think they found the casting right in terms of the age. Because Tobey Maguire obviously was. He was not that 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, I'd never liked
He's
him
even
as Peter
older.
Parker.
To
To me, Andrew Garfield didn't look like a nerd to me. But I think Tom Holland was actually a really good choice.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Spider-Man. The only little nitpick I had was, you know, obviously Peter Parker's meant to be a nerd, and in Civil War he sort of makes that joke about from that really old movie.
The Empire Strikes Back.
And I didn't think Peter Parker would really make a gimmick like that when he is a nerd, and you know in this Homecoming, you know he's interested in building that giant Death Star
That's a good point.
And that's the only little nitpick I have, is just that constant.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, they're making a Lego Death Star. He doesn't know what Empire Strikes
But
Back.
yeah, but then
Yeah.
he's meant to be a bit of a geek, so he shouldn't be saying, guys, remember that old movie? So,
Yeah.
no, man, you're a geek. You should be saying, remember that Empire Strikes Back when they take down the AT-AT walker.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
and that's like the only little nitpick. And I actually didn't discover that myself.
Well, that's more fault of Civil War than Homecoming.
I think that's just
Yeah.
just a sloppy writing in that one tiny scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that scene where he says that old movie, it was just a way of like
Showing how young he is.
how young he is, not how.
Because the next joke is, Jesus kid, how old is this? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jesus Tony, how old is
And
this kid? Jesus kid!
Jesus kid.
He is meant to be a little bit of a smart aleck as well.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
it can sort of made up for it. That's the only thing where I was just
Yeah.
maybe a little bit sloppy there.
That's a good point.
I know all three of you agree with me. Tom Holland, for me, is the best on-screen Spider-Man we've had. I went into it briefly when we were talking about Civil War, but I didn't go into too much because I knew we were going to do this review. For me, Tobey Maguire was a very good Peter Parker, but he wasn't a great Spider-Man for me. He didn't have that tongue-in-cheek, like cheekiness that Spider-Man has. Andrew Garfield was a terrific Spider-Man, but a poor Peter Parker. He's a good actor, but he's not Peter Parker. He wasn't nerdy. He was way too cool to be Peter Parker. Tom Holland is the perfect blend of the nerdiness that Peter Parker is, but then when he puts on the suit, he becomes so confident with himself, and he walks that line very, very well.
It's a good balance of awkwardness and like superhero-esque.
Yeah.
One thing I actually really enjoyed about it, and pretty much branching off what you just said, the fact that he acts really cool in school, even though he should be embarrassed. Like there's that one scene where he doesn't even get officially invited to the party that they're going to. But he ends up leaving anyway, and then everyone's calling him like Penis Parker or something.
Yeah.
But he brushes it off, like it's like, yeah, like he's almost like he's used to it, like he's used to getting bullied.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know why I just connected to that so much. I was like, that is such a Peter Parker thing or a Spider-Man thing to do, is just to be like, like whatever, pretty much like I don't care what they call me, I got my own things to do, and just, but still like subtly, not necessarily get offended by it, but like acknowledge that he's not the most popular kid.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know why, I just thought that's brilliant. Like,
No, it was great because again we were talking about how like you read more the older side of Spider-Man in the comics.
Yeah,
right?
so a lot of the ones I read, he was a man. He was like married to Mary Jane, and like which is totally different, which is totally fine. And like we said when we were talking about Civil War, I think we said, or was it?
It was Civil War.
We might have just been having a discussion. I'm not sure, but like this is such a good version of this Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like Peter Parker and Spider-Man change depending on what arc you're reading, what writer you're reading, what story you're reading, what title you're reading. So like there's so many different, so they've done this version of him so well. And I see this version as a completely different version to what Amazing Spider-Man was trying to do, or what Tobey Maguire was trying to do.
Yeah.
And while I prefer, as I said, I think I said in Civil War, while I prefer Peter Parker, like the ones I read, like him older, him trying to balance his married life with this one is just as good. I love the high school Peter Parker. I love the he's got to deal with growing up and going through puberty and going to the high school problems. Like they marketed this movie as a John Hughes-esque
and it
movie.
is.
See, that's what pulled me in, because I was a little bit cynical, because I was one of those idiots that were like, oh, we've already had the Amazing Spider-Man, we've had Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Why another reboot? Yeah.
But then I saw the trailer and it looked like a John Hughes film, and like then another thing kind of crept me in was the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I like that sort of soundtrack. I was going to have Priest, and because I'm a big John Hughes fan.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed that high school, even though we're Australia, we have the American high school feeling.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely missed that American high school look in films.
Yeah, definitely.
And like that's what really dragged me into this. Really was just that I knew it was going to be a John Hughes sort of feeling.
And it really goes for it too. Like what I love about it is, yes, it is a superhero film, but it's really a coming of age teen drama in disguise.
Yeah, listen to the song Left Hand Free, and then you'll know what the movie's about, basically. Just from listening to that song. Yeah, it's in the trailer, I think. No. Time to Pretend by MGMT and Left Hand Free. Those two songs literally sum up the movie perfectly, because it's like that, like almost a teenage drama. Yeah.
While we're on the topic of the music, the score, Michael Giacchino, is one of my favorite scores.
Like the
ever.
Vulture score?
The Vulture score is my favourite superhero villain theme of all time. It is so good. And then even just, I mean, like, they tease us, which is amazing, over the logos you get the original Spider-Man thing, like, just done really, like, epic style. But just the new Because obviously, like, Danny Elfman is so iconic, his Spider-Man theme. I love James Horner's version that he did. Hans Zimmer's, yeah. I was worried. Okay, we've had 3 Spider-Man themes now. What are that? What else? 4 technically, if you include the original one. What are they going to do now? And Michael Giacchino just knocked it out of the park. His theme feels so reminiscent of the original one, while still being contemporary enough.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like, let's jump into spoilers, because there's so much I want to talk about the Vulture that can't really talk about without doing spoilers. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming, get your life together, go see this movie like now. It is so good, especially if you're a fan of the comic books. So spoilers. We'll talk about the scene, like, the reveal.
So the Vulture finds out that that Peter is Spider-Man. I forget how he does it, but the scene directly prior to that, Spider-Man is about to take Michelle.
Liz. Yeah, Liz. No, Liz.
Oh no, it's Liz. Yeah, you're right. Of course.
Michelle's
No, yeah,
Zendaya.
Michelle, yes, yeah. So Liz to homecoming dance, and it tripped me out the first time it happened.
I didn't know what was going on.
No, so he knocks on the door to Liz's house, and then freaking Michael Keaton opens the door.
I thought he had the wrong house.
Yeah, I thought that he had abducted Liz. And
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why you thought that. Like, straight away when he opened the door, I thought, oh, he's the father. Like, straight away, like, and then...
You didn't think it was Mr. Mum?
Well, I was with Jacqueline, who she picked up on it before it even happened. Because she's like, oh, I saw it a mile away that he was going to be the father. I was like, well, I didn't. That took me by surprise. But
because he's black.
Oh, well, yeah, true. But she picked up like he was going to be in the family.
Yeah.
And I didn't. It only occurred to me when I saw him. But then you guys are even longer. Like you thought.
It was only for like a second, maybe a second.
But it felt like so long in my mind.
As soon as he was like, "Oh, hey, you must be Peter," I was like, "Oh, he's the father!" Like instantly. But yeah, like the moment you just see his face and the music like goes, I'm like, whoa. And then it clicks. I'm like,
yeah.
And then he walks in, and then Peter's face.
It is so the photo taking.
Yeah.
Smile feels like that has the most awkward smile.
Oh gosh. And this is what it takes me back to Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, and Willem Dafoe, like to the T, like
that
perfectly.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, it's and I'm like, this is Spider-Man. This is how I remember it. This is exactly the same scene redone.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
And then of course a few scenes later when they're in the car, and I think Michael Keaton just picks up on the fact that Liz is talking to Peter about his internship at Stark Industries, which Michael Keaton's Vulture eventually figures out that he's Spider-Man. And then Liz gets out the car and they're just, that chat. He turns around, he's got the gun in his hand, he's hiding behind the seat.
Just that line, when you, like, we know what Michael Keaton's thinking. Obviously the other two don't. Well, Peter does, but Liz doesn't. And Michael Keaton's just like, you go ahead, sweet. I'm going to give Peter the dad talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, here we go.
So good.
That won't be the dad talk.
Yeah. But and he just grabs the gun so casually and he's like, does she know? And we're like, oh god, that's so good.
And like Peter's just sitting there, like he's just taking it all and he's just like,
and the fact that he saved Liz earlier, without realizing that saves his life.
That's the only reason.
Monkey even says, I just saved your life. What did you say to that? I'm like, thank you. He's like, you're welcome. I'm like, oh, he is such a good villain. And not just good because he plays it well, he's written so well. Because like Marvel, which we've discussed in our other reviews, Marvel has had a villain problem where they're played by good actors, but they're bland characterizations. The Vulture, apart from Loki, I think is the first MCU villain to really be a standout in the film, not just because of the actor, but because of the arc the character goes down.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they actually seem to be fixing their villain problem because Killmonger
is
which follows this
exactly,
film. And hopefully Thanos is the threat that he's made out to be.
Yeah,
so.
hopefully. But the ferry scene is another really cool bit when straight after you get that. There's a lot of father and son interactions, like father and son.
That was the point.
I mean, you got obviously. The twisted one between Michael Keaton.
We could just sit here all day going, this is a cool scene, this is a cool scene,
Yeah.
this is cool. Like,
You don't want to do that?
Every Spider-Man scene in this was cool. But there was not one
absolutely.
Spider-Man scene that I wasn't like, oh, I want to see more of this. You know?
What I liked is how they reined it in, and it wasn't like, you know, the other ones were very much about the web swinging and, you know, the huge epic cityscapes and everything like this. There's nothing like that in this movie. Like the most epic scene would be, I mean, even the plane scene is kind of small scale because sure it's up high, but it's very contained to that one location. The Washington Monument is probably the biggest kind of like typical Spider-Man scene you get, where he's like hanging off the building and everything like that. But even that is very small scale compared to what you get in the previous Spider-Man movies. And I like how they rein it in and they focus more on him learning what he's doing rather than just all of a sudden being overpowered and
Yeah,
everything.
like there's a scene where he gets to like, I think it's a golf course, like a big field.
Yeah,
or
and
something,
he goes-
and then you just like he goes to shoot his web, but it just flies out, and then he starts running.
He's like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, and it's like it kind of covers like it kind of looks at some of the continuity in the previous films. Like how does he get around if there's no massive buildings?
Yeah.
And then I loved how they touched on that, and they kind of just a little bit of a laugh. Like the comedy in this is good as well. Like the bank heist.
Hey, you're the Avengers.
Yeah, and the robbers with the Avengers mask. Like that's awesome comedy. Like it's funny. It's Marvel MCU comedy essentially.
Yeah.
And they've got like the flip that he does on the and he's like, do a flip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're the Spider guy from YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not well known as well. That's something
No.
like he's still just the Spider guy from YouTube at this point.
Yeah. Oh, and I love Stan Lee's cameo in this. Don't you make me calm down there, you punk. But alright, so final overall thoughts on the film?
Yeah.
Star ratings and everything?
Star rating. I'm giving it. It's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite, as I'm sure it is yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a high 4.5. I love this movie.
1.2. 5 stars. 5 stars.
Don't ever do that again.
5 stars. 100%. Loved it.
I'm gonna give it 3 stars.
that is like a knife in the back right there.
That's what.
it's okay,
What's wrong
it's
with 3
okay.
stars?
That's fine.
Whose idea was it bring him in front of the camera again?
I just came out of the house.
I'm giving 5 stars. It is not just my favorite in the MCU, it's my favorite Spider-Man movie, it's my favorite superhero film. I love it so much and I can't wait to see where else they take this character. Not just Infinity War, but just in his future solo films.
You need to stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders.
I want you to understand. I'll do anything to protect my family. I know you know what I'm talking about. So don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
My friends are up there!
The guy is still out there. I've just got to do this on my own.
Alright, Cinephiles, thanks for watching, and that's a wrap on our MCU reviews. Check out Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther up on our channel. They're already up. Hit us up with a subscribe and a comment down below on what you thought of Homecoming as well. Our review for Avengers Infinity War will be out tomorrow. Super excited for that one, guys. We will have spoilers, so if you want to check them out, hit that up as well. And till next time, we'll see you at the movies.